House Speaker Lord Alan Velasco defends 6 Makabayan bloc lawmakers against Lieutenant General Antonio Parlade Jr.'s repeated red tagging. Parlade is the military Southern Luzon commander and spokesman of the National Task Force to end local communist armed conflict. He says the general should be more cautious in issuing statements against House members whose lives he may place in danger. Meantime, Parlade is summoned by the Senate for an investigation over the government's red tagging practices. Senate Committee on National Defense Chairperson Ping Lacson says Wednesday, October 28, the problem is that Parlade overanalyzes and he overtalks. This is the first time a Senate panel will conduct a probe into the red tagging. Parlade earlier red-tagged actresses Liza Soberano and Angel Locsin in Miss Universe 2018, Catriona Gray. Gray says Wednesday in an interview with ANC, Parlade reached out to apologize for dragging her name in a red-tagging statement. While she appreciated his initiative, the beauty queen puts the general in place. She says in this age of misinformation, it is important to research and fact-check before making public statements. Grab Philippines starts rolling out a new feature that allows sedan service passengers to cash in with the drivers, strengthening the ride-hailing app's adoption of cashless payments. The new app update rolls out to some users starting Wednesday, October 28. Previously, users could only top up with select drivers. Now, the update will fully integrate the feature into the platform. Grab says all users will have the update by mid-November. The move is seen to minimize cash transactions, a requirement set by transport regulators given the pandemic. Under the initial run, users will be able to top up with their drivers in the GrabCar 2-seater and 4-seater in Metro Manila, GrabCar 2-seater in Cebu and Pampanga, and Grab Bayanihan Car. Grab Philippines Head of Transport and Shared Services Ronald Rodas says the feature will be expanded to other services in the coming months. Users who have yet to set up the ride-hailing firm's virtual wallet GrabPay will be asked to do so. A marine scientist from the University of the Philippines says the Dolomite sand dumped on Manila Bay Walk will probably drift out to sea. This after Environment Undersecretary Jonas Leones claimed only 10% of the white sand was swept to the sea after recent weather disturbances. Leones explains in a GMA News report Monday, October 26, black sand covered the white sand after heavy rainfall in Manila. Typhoon Quinta caused huge waves in Manila Bay when it ravaged parts of Luzon on Sunday, October 25. Leones says the waves carried the black sand to the shore, covering the Dolomite sand. UP Marine Science Institute Director Dr. Laura David says storm events will only aggravate the situation as the site itself is prone to erosion. To fix the problem of erosion, the Environment Department plans to put Dolomite sand in the water so the white sand would be washed onto the beach instead. But David says placing sand in water will most likely not improve the situation. She adds the Dolomite has relatively high density and would more likely settle at the bottom before getting washed out eventually. Self-help guru Keith Raniere, convicted of running a cult-like organization of sex slaves who were branded with his initials, is sentenced to 120 years in prison by a New York judge Tuesday, October 27. The sentence comes after he was found guilty of coercing women into having sex with him as the charismatic leader of NXIVM, a life coaching group that attracted rich and famous devotees. The slaves were made to have sex with Raniere, hand over personal information, and compromising photos. Some of the women were branded like cattle as other members held them down. Raniere was convicted in June 2019 on all 7 charges against him, including racketeering, sex trafficking, extortion, criminal conspiracy, and the sexual exploitation of a 15-year-old girl. NXIVM proved a huge draw with its promise of self-improvement courses after Raniere founded the organization in New York State in 1998. 5 other people were charged in the case and all of them pleaded guilty. German-born American actress Allison Mack, known for her role in Smallville, admitted to 2 counts of racketeering in April 2019. Claire Bronfman, heiress of the Canadian drinks empire Seagram, was sentenced last month after also pleading guilty. United States President Donald Trump claims 99% of people recover from COVID-19. This is false. Trump made this claim during the final presidential debate on Friday, October 23, Manila time. The definition of recovered COVID-19 cases vary per state. These may include those discharged from hospitals, released from isolation, or those not identified as fatalities after a number of days post-disease onset. Apart from this, states also record hospitalized individuals. As of October 23, Johns Hopkins University of Medicine says the case recovery rate in the US was at 39.88%, while the global case recovery rate was at 67.97%. Experts also say the infection fatality rate cannot be determined as of yet, since the total number of COVID-19 cases is still unknown. There are also instances where people infected with COVID-19 do not get tested, among others. During the debate, Trump repeated another misleading claim. He said the US was expected to have 2.2 million deaths from the coronavirus. But this figure was the predicted number of American deaths if there were no control measures implemented. The Washington Post reports the president is averaging more than 50 false or misleading claims a day.